Adam Schiff calls Trump supporters bums. Dan Bongino humiliates him bad by Dan Lindsay, Politics US News for MadWorldNews.com. After California Democrat Adam Schiff said that President Donald Trump supporters in Congress are bums and need to be thrown out. Former Secret Service agent Dan Bongino humiliated him bad. Adam Schiff has all but relegated himself to the loony bin of political history with his wild and baseless accusations against President Donald Trump. Recently, Schiff went after Trump supporters in Congress, suggesting that voters need to throw the bums out. Well, the broad question is, how do you counter a president who repeats falsehoods after falsehoods after falsehood? Schiff said during an interview on ABC's This Week with host Martha Raddatz that has the bully pulpit of the presidency to do it and has allies in Congress who are willing to support that. At the end of the day, there's only one remedy for that, and that is you need to throw the bums out. Listen to that. Well, Bongino has a response for Schiff that all liberals need to hear. Bongino recently appeared on Fox News' Fox and Friends, where Bongino was asked about his thoughts on Schiff's recent idiotic comments about Trump supporters in Congress. He had the perfect, humiliating reply. I'm trying to grasp the logic train he's using here. He's saying you should throw the bums out because they are dishonest. This guy is the champion of dishonesty. He's one of the bums. I don't know what he's talking about. You understand he's lied to the American people for over a year now about the existence of evidence in the Russian collusion investigation of collusion that doesn't exist, Bongino said. Misprint there, sorry about that. Let's just take a listen here. Let's just take a quick listen.
So I'm trying to grasp the logic train he's using here. He's saying that you should throw the bums out because they're dishonest. But this guy's the champion of dishonesty. He's one of the bums. I don't know what he's talking about. Do you understand he's lied to the American people for over a year now about the existence of evidence in a Russian collusion investigation of collusion that doesn't exist? He cannot admit and cannot give up the fact that none of this happened. Now the dance is about the euphemisms and the spy versus an informant. I'm telling you, this is all nonsense. The Democrats cannot give this up. This is all they have. They've defined themselves by Russian collusion that did not exist.
Dan, they may be finding themselves with a tough question. The president tweeting yesterday saying, during all this, where was President Obama? What do you say?
You know, I've been itching to get this out there. Let me explain to you from an insider's perspective, from someone who's worked in law enforcement. I've had interactions with intelligence often, and these types of things. The reason they're dancing around this spy versus informant narrative is precisely because of what you just asked, Griff. The role of Obama. Let me explain this to you quickly. Spy would mean it was someone from the outside inserted or designed to interact with a campaign to get information, meaning someone told them to do it. An informant would have been someone inside the operation that saw something negative and wanted to come out and speak about it. That's why they're not using the word spy, precisely because it implicates Obama, who put him from the outside into the Trump campaign.
No, I'm so glad you clarified that. And you're obviously former Secret Service, so you understand the difference between those terms. But the fact that the Trump campaign is like, we didn't even know this was going on, is the reason, to your point, exactly why they are calling it a spy.
And Dan, speaking of Obama, dozens of former Obama officials are running for office. Obviously, they're not running for the presidency in 2018 because we have to wait to 2020. But 64 former staffers are running for office across the nation, obviously lesser races. What do you make of this? You think they have a chance?
Maybe. I mean, there's so much anti-Trump nonsense out there going on that they may have a chance. But what are they running on? I don't understand. Is there some kind of a mass movement to go back to the Obama era? Hey, let's get back to 1% GDP growth. Let's go back to, $1,000 a month premium hikes on Obamacare. Even better, let's get back to weaponizing the IRS to target conservatives. Hey, I got one for you. Let's go back to the days where we spy on our political opposition and use euphemisms like, undocumented FBI employees to spy on people. I mean, I don't see any mass movement to go back to the dreadful Obama days. This is not, they may win just based on anti-Trump stuff, but it definitely won't be at anybody's record.
So Dan, quickly review, you are not voting for any of those individuals.
That's a great, you know what, that was, you must be Karnak from the Johnny Carson show.
I felt pretty confident in that. Dan Bongino, thank you so much for being here with us.
Have a good
As always,
Memorial
a
Day
pleasure
with
to
your
see you.
family. Good to see you this morning.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
a lot going on, though. We want to go over to Jillian for some other headlines we're following.
And the bottom line here is that the fish rots from the head down, and former President Barack Obama was the head of the government during the Spygate scandal. Adam Schiff is nothing more than one of Obama's messenger boys, who would tell any lie if it benefited the progressive agenda. Yeah, I like the name progressive. Yeah, taking us back to the Stone Ages, right, of dictatorship. Don't you love the way they say progressive agenda? It's the opposite. Anything they name it, it's the opposite. You don't see Trey Gowdy speaking like that, do you? You see the way Dan Bongino speaks? Head on, confronts everything head on. Gowdy talks around in a circle all the time. Anyway, getting back to the story here, fortunately, we have a president who places tremendous value on transparency and integrity. That's why they're attacking him so much. They don't want that. Regardless of how the mainstream media wants to portray our president or spin the narrative, American patriots will continue to support him and his supporters in Congress right through the midterm elections, in all honesty. It's bums like Schiff who need to be tossed out of our government, along with that Maxine Waters and Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, the other idiot in charge. I mean, really? You see the difference between the way Dan Bongino speaks and the way Trey Gowdy speaks? What a difference. You know who's, and Devin Nunes, compare Devin Nunes speaking, how straight up and up front and forward they are with what they're saying. You see what I'm getting at? You're going to tell me Gowdy's on our side? Gowdy, Goodlatte, and what's his name? Grassley. They're all rhinos. They're not to be trusted. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.